What up, what up, what up? It's your favorite podcast with your favorite podcast host. Talking your favorite podcast message. Talking the favorite podcast stuff. What's happening? It's Freewenow. It's Freewenow. Freewenow. It's Freewenow.
Till it is. 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 It is. It is. Backwards.
What up, what up? We back. It's Freewenow.
Till it is backwards.
Yes, Sirski. Look, and we back with a great one for you today.
Amazing one.
You know what I mean? So we're going to be at Matthew 25, right? But before we dive in, what you got for the people, Key?
Sometimes balance is a luxury. There may be times that you have to hyper-focus on specific areas of your life so that you have the ability to balance.
Okay. So Matthew 25, man. What's our breakdown? How are we doing it today?
So Matthew 25, 3 themes as always. The first theme is be ready for Christ's return. Be ready for Christ's return. This one really hit home when I was reading it.
Okay.
So verse 3 through 6, they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. Mistake. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, get you out to meet him. So I stopped there. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. If you prepare to fail, or if you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. One thing about but one thing about the Bible, it can be so humbling to read. Reading these verses where it compares or makes parallels for the bridegrooms being ready for the, return of the groom, essentially made me look at myself and say, am I prepared? Am I prepared for Jesus' return? I'm not no fool, but I do foolish things. I can understand and I can relate sometimes with the people that show up with the lamp with not enough oil, who don't have reserves, who didn't take the time in their downtime to truly prepare. So it made me look at myself and I say, yo, am I ready for Jesus' return?
Right.
Am I doing everything in my power so that I can align myself with Jesus? Am I doing everything in my power so that I can spread gospel? Am I doing everything in my power to uplift people, talk well about people, and do all of that? Now, I don't consider myself by any means on the far other side of the spectrum, but I can put myself in the area of saying maybe I'm not doing enough.
Right.
And this goes into not just this aspect, but every aspect of life. A lot of times, and I'll speak for myself, I pray more for opportunities than I do prepare for them. Right. And then when the opportunity presents itself, I'm ill prepared, and the only thing I can blame is myself. So a lot of times we need to start taking that downtime. We need to start taking that time that's available to prepare. As it said, the bridegroom tarried. So the reason the women without enough oil didn't have the means to be prepared when Jesus returned is because they didn't think about the fact that they don't know when he's coming.
Right.
None of us know. It could be tomorrow. Is you prepared if Jesus come tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? Did you do the right thing if Jesus come tomorrow? Or it could be years and years, and it may not even be in your lifetime. But if you don't make the preparations, if you don't build up your stores and have that reserve and build your life in the means to last, then when it does come, you will be ill prepared.
Right. Nah, facts. You got to be prepared because you never know. My granddad used to say, be prepared even if you don't get to go.
Even if you don't get to go.
Be prepared even if you don't get to go. You know what I'm saying? Stay ready so you don't have to get ready, right? So verse 10, right, says, but while they were gone to buy oil, the bridegroom came, right? Then those who were ready went in with him to the marriage feast, and the door was locked. A few things in that, right? I remember when we were reading about Noah's Ark, right? And when they were prepared, look, it took 100 years, right? God had his hand on them, but Noah had to still prepare every day. He had to build the actual ark because there was a rain coming. Regardless if you believed it or not, regardless if you believe Jesus or not, like regardless if you believe rain is actually gonna come down or not, right? So he was prepared, his family was prepared, and then when they went in, what did it say? God shut the door behind them and it was locked.
You know, it's funny. I heard somebody say, what if Noah waited till it started raining to build the ark?
And then it'd be like, oh God, why you picking on me? God don't love me for real. You know what I mean? When in reality, I'm telling you it's coming, right? I'm telling you what's happening. Like they're telling you, listen, right? Like Jesus will be returning. So whether you believe it or not, that's the thing about the truth. It doesn't need the lie to exist, right? Lies need truth to exist, right? Like, so just the fact of the matter that you don't believe implies that it's gotta be true.
It gotta
It's gotta be true. You know what I'm saying? So it says while they were going to buy oil, so the brides who didn't have the oil, while they going to buy oil, while you trying to play catch up, we already there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So even then, we're bringing in modern day, right? The economy, something is going on with the economy. I'm not an expert, but I know something is going on, right? So with that, you should be preparing for that. You can't do the same things that you used to do, right? You have to save. You need to invest, right? If nothing else, you just need to get your mind right to prepare for whatever is coming, right? So it says after that, later when the other 5 bridesmaids in verse 11 returned, they stood outside calling, Lord, Lord, open the door for us. We'll go back to Noah's Ark example as well. When they were pulling off in the boat and the earth is flooding, I guarantee you people were shouting, yo, I'm sorry.
Help me.
Help me.
Jesus.
Somebody help me, right? Like, can you help me, right? Like, somebody is going to be crying out for you to help them because I'm prepared. Then when I'm prepared and you not prepared, now I'm people look at you strange, like you changed, like you worked that hard to stay the same. Now you're gonna look at me like I'm doing you wrong. You do this work your whole life. We prepared for this. Instead of going out last night, we preparing for the pod. Right? Instead of doing whatever we want to do, we prepare for the pod. Now you're gonna look at us and now we get subscribers and now you're gonna hate on us. You know what I'm saying? Like now we starting to grow. Now we did something wrong to you. Why you got a problem with me? Right? Verse 12, but he called back, believe me, I don't know you. God stand on business. So before that, anything written in red in the Bible is a direct quote from Jesus. Just so y'all know that. So if you see something is written in red, that's direct quotations from Jesus. So he says, but I don't know you. You remember me from elementary? Nah.
I don't know you.
You know, hey, remember when we used to play Little League? Nah, I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? But God stood on business is like, but I don't know you. So this is a parable of these bridesmaids, right? This isn't like a real story, but he's using it as an example to teach, to say, listen, the people that will be prepared and actually believe in Jesus, so when it's time to come back, he's going to look at them and say, come, welcome. But the other people, he's going to like, I don't know you. I don't know you. What's the difference between 4.5 and 4.6? Like, I don't know you.
Don't know who you are.
You know what I mean? And with that being said, it's like, don't think that there's going to be time for the oopsies and sorries. Because that's not happening.
Now.
You better RSVP now.
Get in for free.
You know what I'm saying? You got the RSVP. It's for the free ski. You know what I'm saying? RSVP right now.
Hey, that's big. Another thing I wanted to touch on that specific parable, as we said, is how the brides that weren't prepared, bridemaids, or that weren't prepared, asked the ones that were prepared for some of their oil. And the first thing they said was no. Sometimes when people don't do good by themselves and they want to take from you, you got to tell them no. Because if they take from you, you may be ill prepared. You may not have enough now.
You may not get in because you're trying to get in for them.
Yeah, because you're trying to ration off what you saved for yourself to help somebody else. Sometimes you got to let people fail and let them learn from their mistakes.
It's a price to pay. It's a price to pay, bro.
Take that. All right, number 2, faithfulness with what God has entrusted you. Faithfulness with what God has entrusted to you. Verse 15 through 18. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2 talents, another 1, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same and made them another 5 talents. And likewise he that had received 2, he also gained another 2. But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. So if you don't understand, 2 things I want to state out. A parable is used to give explanation to us for things that we do not understand. So they make it in layman's terms, if you want to put it that way. And a talent is money. It's like silver or gold. It is a measure of weight. So they said a talent was something usually weighed about 75 pounds when I looked it up. So a talent is a measure of weight to indicate the value of gold or silver. All right. So based off what I read, when there is no risk for God, there is no reward from him. When there is no risk for God, there is no reward from him. So as it details out, he gave people talents based off of their abilities. So sometimes we get a little bogged down. Sometimes we get a little disappointed. Why does this person have more money than me? Why do they have more options than me? Why do they got a better life than me? Why do they have that? Are you the person that can handle that? I want you to start asking yourself, when you start questioning what you don't have, are you the person that can handle that? So as it says, he gave them according to their abilities. So if you got 5 talents, 2 talents, 1 talent, that was what you could essentially deal with. That is what you could manage, right? Because what the Lord did was saying, hey, I'm going on a journey. I need y'all to hold this money down for me. And I'm gonna see what you do with it. And then when he returned, the person with 5 talents gave him 10.
Right.
He didn't take a little money off the top. You only gave me 5. This your 5 back. Nah, he gave him 10. He gave him more. You know what I'm saying? So that shows me that when God gives you something, whether it's money, whether it's talent, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship, a job, or opportunity, he wants you to expand it. He wants you to share it. He wants you to make it almost in a sense yours so much that you care to prosper it. He's not giving you something so that you do nothing with it. Because the man that hid his 1 talent, boy, he has some words for that guy. You know what I'm saying? He ain't getting to heaven. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Right.
So understand that it is a part of your life. Like, it is part of the process that when you receive anything from God, that you give it the necessary nurture,
right.
And you also share it with people, right? Because a lot of times we'll be so focused on what we don't have and how much other people's have that we forget to nurture our own gift.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some people can sing amazing. Some people are very good with money. Some people are very strong. Some people are super smart. Don't think just because they have something different than you, it's better than you. And one of the last things I want to touch on is that when Jesus returned and he said, where my ends at? Where my money?
Funds, where my money on?
You know what I'm saying? The dude that gave 5, gave him back 10. Dude that gave him 2, gave him back 4. And the dude that gave him 1, gave him the same one he gave to him. The people that returned something to him, he said, you've done good with what I've given you, so now I'm going to give you more. Because you turned what I gave you into something, I'm going to give you more. He didn't distinguish between the dude with 5 talents and 2 talents, how much he was going to give him. He just said, you returned to me more than what I gave you, so now I'm going to give you more than what you have already. But the person with 1 talent, he said, you didn't do anything with what I give you. So that shows me as a person or individual, you can't handle more.
Right.
So why would I give you more?
Right.
So if you're questioning why you don't have more, can you handle more?
Tight. You know what I'm saying? We cut the pot off right there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want us to get, I had to reread this, right? Because I was like, I don't want to get lost in the sauce, right? So verse 14, again, the kingdom of heaven can be, and it's so simple. Just read it. It literally tells you this. I'm not making this up. Verse 14, again, the kingdom of heaven can be illustrated by the story of a man going on a long trip. He called together his servants and entrusted his money to them while he was gone. Okay, let's break this down.
Reflection. Mm-hmm.
All right, like, so we are going on a long trip, right? So we are leaving heaven and we're coming to earth, okay? I always wanted to know, what is the kingdom of heaven like? Lo and behold, it's in the Bible. They tell you it's illustrated as this story, right? Imagine, the king or whoever the master is has gone on a long trip and now he's giving us these gifts on earth, right? Again, this is a story of Jesus returning, right? So he is now gone. Now I am entrusting you guys with gifts, abilities, and money while you're in the earth. And what you do with it is a direct representation of what you believe, right? So he's holding us accountable for what we do while we're here. You can't just live a scot-free life and think there's no accountability. Otherwise, why would he put us here in the first place? Right? So me understanding that, knowing, okay, I'm here for a reason. I'm here for a mission, right? I'm supposed to be doing something. I can't just wake up, watch Netflix, go to work and go home and think that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, right? Like, you have a purpose and God put you here for a reason, right? So let's just start there. Like, let's not get lost in the sauce, right? This is the illustration of the story of what the kingdom of heaven is like, right? It says, verse 21, the master was full of praise. Well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in handling the small amount. So now I will give you many more responsibilities. Responsibilities. Pressure is a privilege. Responsibility is a privilege. Imagine that. I'm doing so well and you reward me with responsibilities.
Reward for great work is more work.
Reward for great work is more work, right? And with this, right, you're getting more money. If you want more money in your life, If you want to see more production, a lofty lifestyle, luxury, all these other things, you have to be faithful over the small. Me and Keith had to be faithful over one subscriber watching our show. We couldn't prepare more or prepare less based off of who's watching and who's not watching. We can't go to the gym and work out more now that people watching us now, bro. We got to get in the gym now, bro.
It's too late.
Hey, they watching, bro. We can't do that. Like, it's too late. Like, you have to do these things before you arrive. Like, you don't get to the next level by doing previous level work or performance. You don't get a promotion doing worse on your level that you're at right now. You have to do more. You have to be great to even get to that point, right? And so to his point, if you are not being faithful over what you have, this is what he describes it as in verse 26. But the master replied, you wicked and lazy servant. If you knew I harvested crops I didn't plant and gathered crops I didn't cultivate, why didn't you deposit my money in the bank? At least I could have gotten interest on it. He said, take the money from this servant and give it to the one with the 10 bags of silver. To those who use well, they are given, even more will be given, and they will have an abundance. But those who do nothing, even what little they have will be taken away. So I'm of the mindset now is like, give me your gifts.
You don't want them.
I'll take them. I'm about to be so diligent, even if I have 2 bags, even if I don't have the 5 bags and I don't have the most. If I remain diligent over the few gifts that I have, God is going to bless me and give me more. And based on this word, he's going to give me what you got. So if you don't like it, you don't want it, you feel like God picking on you and God, I'll take it. No cap. I know what to do with it. You understand me?
Do with it.
I know what to do with
very
it.
much something with
Very
it.
much something. I'm from around the way. I'm leaving here with something. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I love that. And also, I love the fact that even if you get little, it holds the same weight if you do something with that little as if somebody with a lot does something with that. Don't think just because you got a little bit that you can't do nothing. Even if you got a deposit in a bank and just let it get interest, do that.
Letting it be in the bank is more profitable.
Even if you take 10 minutes on your gift a day or a week, at least do something with it.
Something.
Don't just let it sit there and dwindle away.
Very much something.
All right, lastly, the final judgment reveals genuine faith. Verse 38 through 40. When saw we thee a stranger and took thee in, or naked and clothed thee, or when saw we thee sick or in prison and came unto thee, and the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these, my brethren, you have done it unto me. The way you treat God's people is the same way that you treat him. And a lot of times we don't always know who God's people are, so you need to watch how you treat everybody. The way you treat God's people is the same way you treat him. And a lot of times we can't tell who God's people are, so you need to watch how you treat everybody. Now, I have to take that sometimes because sometimes I think I can talk recklessly about anybody. You know what I mean? You rub me the wrong way, you may not hear about it, but I'm going to say something. You know what I mean? But I have to be cognizant to understand that we are all in different walks of life. Sometimes you may do something that rubs me the wrong way. Sometimes you may need an uplift, and that may not be a direct reflection of who you are or what you believe in. So that I can't take this moment, I have to separate this moment from the individual. Now, if I get to know you and I see your actions and I see your faith, now I may be able to treat you a little bit differently. That doesn't mean disrespectful or reckless, but that may mean that I don't give you the attention that you may want or may think you deserve. But understanding the way that you treat people out of the kindness of your heart, whether they are wicked or not, is watched. Jesus is watching how you treat people. He's watching how you wait and you prepare. He's watching what you do with your money, your assets, your gifts, and he's watching how you treat people. Don't think that you can say whatever you want, act any way you want, treat and drag people through the mud, and Jesus is looking at you like, my dog. my man. That's what I wanted you to do. No. It gives you plenty of examples in the Bible of how Jesus will react to certain things,
right?
To certain people. You know what I'm saying? Like, God was about to destroy the earth when Jesus was getting crucified. And Jesus prayed on their behalf and said, no, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know. You know what I mean? So, like, you got somebody whipping you, killing you and doing all this, and you still putting your neck out for them. So if Jesus can do that, we can at least, you know what I'm saying, break somebody off a couple dollars because they hungry, give somebody a shirt because they're unclothed. You know what I'm saying? Allow somebody to sit by the fire because they're freezing.
Right.
We can at least do the little things so that Jesus can understand that we see this. We understand how we're supposed to move, how we're supposed to act. You know what I'm saying? That, and don't get this wrong when I say this, right? Don't think that means you give your absolute last and you have nothing else.
Right.
That means when you have the means to offer help, you offer it. Now, if you can't offer the help, I'm fine with you not giving your shirt off your back.
Right.
That don't make sense because now you freezing. Now y'all tossing the shirt back and forth and ain't nobody getting no warmth.
Right.
You know what I mean? But when you have the means, when you have the capabilities, when you have the finances, when you have the connections, utilize those even when you don't want to.
Facts. You know,
It's that easy.
on that note, right? Verse 35, it says, "For I was hungry and you fed me. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and you invited me into your home. I was naked and you gave me clothing. I was sick and you cared for me. I was in prison and you visited me." Then the righteous ones will reply, "Lord, when did you ever see you hungry? How did we feed you? Like, what do you mean did we give you something to drink?" Right? So like he said, how you're treating these people is how you're treating God, right? The second thing is that there's an implication in this that you should have the means to be able to do so.
Mm-hmm.
God sees his people as the people who are lenders and not borrowers, right? Like God sees us in a situation to where my people are the people that's going to take care of everybody. My people are the people that's going to clothe everybody. My people are the people that's going to feed everybody, right? So that lets me know that God expects us to have money. We just read the other parable where he's giving money to these people, the talents, right? That's 75 pounds times 5 or times 2 or whatever you were given, right? So God expects for his people to be in a position of authority, to be in a position of discipline, be in a position of preparation with the brides, right? Like a lot of times I think that we kind of see Christians as somebody that's always hoping for another miracle. Like we're always praying for a delivery. We always need deliverance. Why is that? Why is the church always giving fish fries? Why is the church always raising money? Let's talk about it. Why isn't the church the people that are actually taking care of everybody? Because based on this verse, that's what we're supposed to be doing. It doesn't say that the government is supposed to take care of you. It doesn't say that the government is you're supposed to be getting on welfare for 4 generations. Listen, I understand welfare. I understand hard times. But for 4 generations, you got lineage of people on welfare?
You stop trying.
At some point, you got to hold yourself responsible. Or somebody, if I was watching, we talk about it all the time, a TikTok video. He's like, nobody in my family decided to create generational wealth. I'm the first one after hundreds of years to be like, to even try, to even think it's possible. Right? So it's saying me like, not only are these the things that we're supposed to do, but God is holding us responsible because he feels that we are capable of doing them. Mm-hmm. Like we should be in a position of authority. We should be in a position of deliverance, of wisdom. Right? And so in this, it's saying that like, not only am I holding you accountable, you already have everything you need to be in that position. Mm-hmm. Right? So if you're not in that position, you can no longer say, I'm blaming God. God, why'd you allow this to happen to me? Because based off these verses, you should have the at least belief in yourself based off of what God's word says, and belief in God, right, that turns into the belief in yourself based off this word that whatever my situation is, this is not what God wants for me. Sometimes you have to just understand that I'm supposed to be doing more. Like your thoughts create your actions, right? And thoughts over time create belief. Right? So your belief in what is possible and what is actually your path in life should actually be determined off these verses. Are you preparing? With what little do you have, are you using it? Are you stewarding your gift? Are you helping people when you're in that position? Because in reality, I can't borrow discipline. Like earlier, we talked about the oil. Like I kind of got wrapped up in, oh, y'all want oil? Nah, you can't get it because I got it and you don't. But in reality, what allowed that bride to have oil?
Preparation.
It took a lot of preparation. She had to have the means to even buy the oil. She had to have the means to even prepare, and you can't borrow discipline. So it's like, no, I'm not giving you this oil because it's not really the oil.
Yeah.
It's the discipline.
Exactly.
It's the preparation, right? It's the sacrifice. I can't borrow that.
Yeah, you can't.
I can't give you that. I'm not finna give you, yeah, the oil is a physical, tangible thing, but what got me this oil, I'm not about to just give that to you. We're not about to do all this work, you feel me, blow up, and then I'm about to just give you some money. Like I'm just about to just give you our platform. Do you know what it took to get here? And we ain't even close there yet. But I know what we're doing right now, so imagine that. Mm-hmm. I can't just give you, I understand that you're you didn't prepare, but I can't just give you the results. You want me to give you the results and not the work? I can give you some work. You want some work? I'm Frank Lucas. I give you some work. You know what I'm saying? But I can't give you the results.
Nah, that's huge. That's huge. And I don't want anybody to miss these points, like these two things, right? Parables, we talked about them. They are meant to explain things that we cannot truly understand. As they said, my ways are higher than your ways, my thoughts higher than your thoughts. So there's a lot of things that if God was just to come out and tell us in the way that he speaks, we would never understand. We wouldn't be able to fathom. So he makes these connections to human-esque things so that we can completely understand it. So as Hassan said, the oil isn't oil. It's preparation, it's discipline. It's all the work they put in to be prepared for Jesus' arrival. And then secondly, all of these stories, the one about the money, the one about the way you treat people, the one about, the bridegroom, it is all symbolism of Jesus' return. Are you doing what's necessary to be ready to when you stand in front of Jesus, in front of God, that they can look on you and say, you did an amazing job, my servant.
My good and faithful servant.
You did everything that I asked you to do, even when you didn't have enough. A lot of people will look and say, I don't got nothing. God has given you everything necessary to complete his will and his purpose for you on this earth. So if you feel like you can't do nothing, at least you can do what God told you to do.
Facts.
At least you can do what God told you to do, because you don't need nothing else besides what he's given you already.
Facts. That's it.
That's it.
Freewenow
Till it is backwards.
Yes, sir, ski.